But let me just address it this way, and then we'll certainly entertain questions. It was a tough decision. I've been at this park since 1974. Yes, I am an old young man. And it's a great ride, you know, from a guest satisfaction standpoint, from a reliability standpoint, guest experience standpoint. We made the decision we made, so we've got to look forward. We are not out of the coaster business, okay? Contrary to what some might think of some of the questions I have. You know, we're looking hard at the future. You know, we have some opportunities here, so I just wanted to address that. King's Dominion, very quickly, very excited about what happened here last year with Haunt. We had a record-breaking Haunt year last year. We're having a good year this year with Haunt. Winterfest, first year. I hope you've gotten to come to see it. If you didn't, you know, I think it's, you know, again, I've been here a long time, and I think it's one of the best events we've done. If you've got a chance to see Grand Carnival, I think it's something that we can grow on. So, yes, we're looking at immersive events, but, you know, we understand, you know, that folks love coasters. That, you know, people come here for the rides. We get it. We get it. So, we'll continue to look at that. We'll look at those options. Obviously, I can't comment on what's going on beyond 2020, but you know, that's sort of where we are. One last, where's Elizabeth, by the way? By the way, just a little bit of trivia here. I went to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, go Tar Heels. This young lady went to Duke, so every time I see her, I have to remind her about choices and how I have a Carolina shirt too that I offer her every time. She won't wear it. But I had to get it in, I'm sorry. All right. I guess we can go into questions if you like. If you have any, that's fine. If you don't, you know, I understand and I get that. But again, I hope you've had a good time here. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any particular needs, etc. Yes, sir.
What's one of your favorite things about being general manager?
It's the people. You know, part of my history, and I don't want to get into that because it's long. But my previous career, I was a school teacher, and I taught for 10 years. So teaching and people. So when I left teaching and started working here, it's the same thing. So it's absolutely about the people. There's no way you can stay in a business for 46 years without enjoying it. You know, and I joke with my daughters all the time. I was a coach, so I got to play all day when I was teaching, and now I get to ride roller coasters. I'm blessed, okay? I'm really blessed. I guess a lot of you would like my job for that part of it. I think that's important. Yes. Yes, sir.
What's your favorite coaster here?
I like I-305.
Yeah!
We were just talking about it, and I love Twisted Timbers. I affectionately call the pickpocket. So, but yes, I love both of those rides. They're great.
Same here.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
So with Vortex getting axed, what's going to happen to Anaconda?
It's still here. It never stayed. So, if you're suggesting we need to continue to evaluate it, et cetera, and people are looking at those types of rides, we have no plans. There's been no conversation to me about taking the ride out. So we've got to be very conscious here, and I get it about the product we put in and take out. I get that. I hear you. I know. I at least, you know, look at social media. I understand. Yes, sir. In the back.
I'm a fan of what you did for Christmas last year.
Sure.
For this year, can I expect more shows or about the same number?
We're going to expand the footprint just a little bit, I think. This year we'll improve on what we did. We all know Carowinds is doing a parade this year. We're looking at that. That's all I can tell you, but not for this year. But absolutely, we want to get a little better at what we did. And you know, the show product will change up. We'll make a few tweaks, but yeah, we want to be sure we deliver the same and a little bit better. Anything else? All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
What do you have? I've noticed some lot preparation where Volcano used to be. Have you already targeted what you're going to do with that space?
Well, obviously, we're going to keep it as is. We didn't tear the huts down for opportunity. We have not made a decision about a product. If in the long term there's an opportunity and we look at a coaster, that's certainly a site to be considered. It's certainly a site to be considered. So we've got to be conscious of that and that area over there. But yes, you know, if I was at liberty to talk about product beyond 2020, I would. But we, you know what? Things in this business change. We may not know what we're doing tomorrow sometimes, so it does change. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about getting a GCI?
We've had conversations with them. Obviously, our park systems had conversations with them, so anything's on the table. I don't know how many of you guys know Tim Fisher. He's our COO. He knows the business. He knows the product, so he's always bringing ideas to us. So we're excited to have Tim back from Australia and bringing the ideas that he brings. Yes, sir.
Same kind of question. Have you guys thought about Tacoma? Like, have you guys done the new Tacoma style rides?
Again, it's the same conversation. We've got a menu. We had the manufacturers in Charlotte several months ago, and they presented their product. So there is, there's a list of product that's available. So, I can't speak on any particular product that King's Dominion might be considered, obviously. Yes, sir.
What about Gerstlauer?
Same conversation.
I haven't read one yet.
I know. We have, right. We only have one B&M here. There are a lot of opportunities. I went down to Texas. I won't tell you where to ride a ride down there recently. So there you go. There you go.
Are you going to buy Six Flags?
All right, are you ready for my talking points? All right, number one, King's Dominion, Cedar Fair is not for sale. Number two, I, in my position, I can't comment on, how's this, Maggie, rumors or speculation? I'll tell you this, and you guys know this. You've been around the parks and you've been in the business for a long time. I started here in '74. We've been bought and sold 5 or 6 times. This, particularly the regional theme park business is just like any other business. There's always movement, and nothing would surprise me, but Cedar Fair is not for sale. Yes, sir.
So with the locker system and like the metal detection system, who came up with that first? Was it Cedar Point or Kings Dominion?
Well, we looked at what Universal did. We went down and looked at them. We looked at Morris Pier. I can tell you that we're not through with where we are there. Okay, we're looking at other options. We'll evaluate it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, and I mentioned it to the young man over there again, we've all in the industry, I think, have got to look at articles in general because we know if people don't follow the rules and the power of some of these coasters, it's a concern. It's a concern. So safety's first. That's what it's about. And you guys read social media and you read the papers, you get it. But, we know I've got granddaughters 17 and one that's 14. They won't give their phones up, okay? And I don't blame them. I get it. So we got to figure it out. But we're still, just like with Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, we're still looking at where we're going to be. Yes, ma'am.
Do you think for Point y'all are going to get a new maze for next year?
Yeah. And to be very honest here, last year because of Winterfest we pulled off. So we want to continue to look. We want to continue to look at Winterfest. Winterfest is, like I said, we had a record Winterfest last year. There's options out there, so absolutely, we need to continue to stay fresh and continue to figure out how to grow this thing. But people love it. They really do. Yes, sir.
So you said you've been here since '74. So that's an amazing career. Probably a lot of changes, a lot of things you've seen over the years. What are some of your favorite moments since you started here? If you can think back to some of those times.
Well, I continue to talk about the people, and I think that's the most important thing. And when we do our full-time event, for example, we bring our full-time people back because they are the foundation. They're who helped us. The industry's gone through a lot of changes. You guys know this is a mature business. The summer season's not like the shoulder seasons anymore. So, the industry's looking at all of this. We've got to figure out, we've got to continue to stay fresh. I think it's keeping up with technology too and all of that. So what is that immersive experience? Where are we going with coasters? What's the industry doing? It's tough, but we got to stay fresh, guys. We really do. And I'll tell you, hats off to you guys. You guys know the business as well as anybody. I say you're our worst critics, but you're also our biggest fans, and we appreciate it. We need that. We can't live in a bubble and hide. We've got to listen to that. So it's very important to us. So keep doing what you're doing, and send all your comments to Maggie. Listen, I meet regularly with a couple of 3 folks, and in fact, I talked to a couple the other day. They've given us some very helpful hints, and we listen. So very important. Yes, sir, young man.
What can you tell us about coconut shores next year?
Sorry.
What can you tell us about coconut shores next year?
All right. First of all, I hope you've been down to a water park. We want to go after family. This is going to be able to do that with our Fusion Fortress out of Whitewater. It's going to, it's almost like a water park in itself. So to have that ability, to have that, and then to add this smaller kiddie wade pool, and then let's be open here. We want to do everything we can do to enhance the dining experience here. So the opportunity to expand. I hear you, and we know it. We know it, and so there's a great opportunity down there. We're underpenetrated in the water park. And then, there's some things coming down the line that we want to look at some dining opportunities here because, I said that folks come for the rides, they come for the rides, they come for the food, and they also come for the guest experience. And I tell you, to be truthfully honest with you, we have got to focus, just like every park does, on the guest experience. The associate challenge, the whole situation with employment's a tough situation. And I can tell you, my direction to operations is to run every ride all the time, but we're not doing that right now. We've got to do everything we can do to fix that. And you guys tell us that, our guests tell us that. So we're working hard on that. So those are sort of the things that really we're focusing on. Yep.
And you mentioned new food options. What can we see in the new restaurant next year?
Until we're ready to announce it, but certainly it's not going to be hamburgers, hot dogs, and pizza. So we just hired a new chef. I don't know if you met him or not. He's great. If not, go on our webpage. I think Maggie's put a couple of blogs out there, so it's out there. We're very excited. He's got some good ideas, and we've successfully in some of the other parks offered some dining options that we think are going to be successful. She's going to come out here pretty soon with a couple of things we're going to do. So we're excited about that. Yes, sir. Yeah.
What's your favorite haunt?
Haunted house. You know what? I like Blood on the Bayou. I like that. And one more thing, and I'll tell you my story. I at haunt am the bush. Okay. So one time a year I'll dress up as the bush. So and. Very quickly, let me tell you what happened. When I did this the first time, the bush used to have a pot, okay? And so I'm on International Street, and the idea is to step out of the pot and scare. Well, clumsy, fell, tripped over the pot, and fell in the middle of International Street. So somebody in the crowd yelled, "Timber." I don't know who that was. But I got a standing ovation, the bush bowed, and we went on with life. So if you see the bush tonight, it may or may not be me. I don't know. So, yes, sir.
Have the additions at other parks affected your future plans for the next couple of years?
Well, obviously, we'll take a look at, if this is where you're going, we'll take a look at every product we put in. We critique that. We'll look at what, we're not shy. If somebody does something successfully, we will. But certainly, we look at the immersive experiences in the festivals. We look at the coasters that work. To us, it ought to be about high capacity and reliability. I don't care what capacity you get out of it. If the thing doesn't run, it doesn't matter. And if it's getting 400 an hour, or 300 an hour on a coaster, we haven't done our research. So, but that's it. What does work and what really does draw? And then what does year 2 of a coaster bring? Where's the investment? We're in the business to make money. But yes, in the back with one. I'm sorry, I can't hear for the.
You've done some recent track work on Racer 75 and we kept that.
I heard recent track work on Racer 75, so somebody translate it up for me. Talked about it yesterday. The answer, obviously, it is yes. And we bring in a third party. We do the testing. Absolutely, yes. And you guys know we've got 4 or 5 wooden coasters. We are constantly, in the fall, every year bring someone in to evaluate it. We hit the spots, but yes, we hear you about Grizzly. Like I said, you guys know our product. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Racer is not listed for Winterfest this year on the website. Is it going to be closed?
It will be from a maintenance standpoint. We run into this winter maintenance challenge, and we decided to put Twisted online and pull Racer off, and I know it's probably not the best decision. We also struggled a little bit last year because of, I guess, about what is Winterfest. And I think our company position is it's about the experience first and not all rides. But we know we've got to get rides out there. So we'll do Twisted and we'll pull back on Racer. Yes, sir.
What ride has the highest attendance, or what ride has the most records?
Ride right up here, the one we keep hearing. Absolutely. The B&M. The B&M. Absolutely. Most popular. The days of doing $1 million on a coaster, I tell you what, with the changes people made, seatbelts and stuff, sometimes it does. And so, it's a high capacity and it's reliable. Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us a little bit about the other improvements that have been made to Racer lately?
Well, obviously track work, we've done that. We might need to take a look at a paint job, we'll see, but we'll take a look at that. But yes, so it's mainly track work and following that plan that our third party lays out through Accelerometer. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. What was that?
Flight of Fear for Winterfest.
As far as,
Will it be open or closed?
well, it will not, I don't know if we open it or not, I'll have to see.
Safari Village.
It's not Safari Village and we didn't expand there. That's why I've got her with me, keep me straight. Yeah, but it won't be, yes.
What do you have to say about the new scare zones?
I like Peter Pumpkin Eater. We spent a little time last night in Masquerade, just sort of tweaking some things. So that one's a new one, so we'll get it there. But I like that one the best. We're looking at. There's a conversation about what haunts should be related to. Is it scare zones? Is it maze? Is it a combination? Is it lighting? Is it sound? To me, it's about monsters and the experience. Let's hire as many monsters as we can, get them out there. So we are hiring, by the way, if you guys are interested. But I always get my employment plug in. But yes, it is about the total experience. But we will not abandon the maze business. We need to do that. That's what everybody does. Yes, ma'am.
So you know how Busch Gardens, they light their coasters?
Light the coasters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Winterfest.
Yep. We need to look at lighting, everything else we do. You're right. We even talked about the Twin Racer and doing what we do, bringing that back with the Twin Racer. We used to have lights on that. We've got running lights, but yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, and it's a good suggestion. All right. Anything else? Way back. Translator, please. Remember, with age comes the inability to hear. Don't lose anything in the translation.
Your least favorite coaster in the park?
Least favorite coaster. Volcano. Go ahead. I'll be a politician. I like all of them. Yes, sir.
Whatever you did to the racing on the racer,
Yeah.
I want to applaud you for that.
Yeah. Well, from a control system, we put a new control system in last year, and it is designed for twin racing. We know that, and certainly that was part of it. And then we did do track work, absolutely. And we continue, like I said, to focus on that, and we pay attention to those things. So, yes. Yeah. The trip's not going to. Listen, there are no plans right now from our coasters to take anything out. That that doesn't mean that things change. We look at a lot of different things, but right now there's nothing there. Yes, good. Yeah.
What are the types of slides coming to Coconut Shores?
Right now, just a cut from the Fusion Fortress type thing. They're small kiddie slides. There's nothing major there, but there are a number of slides. There are a number of interactive activities. A lot of I think 2 buckets, all of those kinds of things. So yes. Yes, sir.
Do you have any plans to expand your flat ride collection?
Some of the plans we've seen, it is in discussion. If you guys go to Carowinds, you saw what they did to their county fair area. Those things, it would look really good in Old Virginia. We've got some areas we need to touch. And do not go out and say Tony Johnson said we're going to put flat rides in Old Virginia, because I didn't. But yes, it's part of the package. It is absolutely part of the package. Just like entertainment is, just like coasters are. Yes, sir.
What are some little changes you made for this season that people might not have noticed?
I hope some of it's related to just going back and refocusing on our training. We've got to, again, continue to focus and take it up to another level about our associates and getting there. I can't, what I talk about in my staff meetings when I get a chance to talk about this is, I can guarantee you the comments I get through our GMSs and everything is, they talk about our coasters, they brag on that, but I can guarantee you if our associates don't produce that product we want, I get more comments on that. So we know we've got work to do there. So, but it's that kind of thing. I think, from I love Grand Carnival from the big picture standpoint. Monster Jam was a variety. It will not be back at King's Dominion. Next year it'll be somewhere else. But all those kinds of things and finding those small events and tweaking what we've got and listening to everybody getting a little bit better.
Grand Carnival will be back.
Absolutely. Grand Carnival will be back next year at the same time. Yes. So bigger and better, I hope. So. All right, I've got to meet a granddaughter very shortly here. I know you guys want to go. No, y'all rather listen to me than ride rides. Yeah, right. So I thank you for your time. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, that's Tony Johnson, the King's Dominion Park President, coming to Fall THRILLFEST Live.